Hello, and welcome to an instructional video. Lately, I've noticed that there's a distinct lack of fix your Slim PS2 videos out there. And recently I tried the tissue and tape method, however you call that, where there's no actual purchasing done to modify your console, unless you count a swap disc, which I never really got, so this technique served me very little. I noticed that after I did that, and undid it later on, my PS2 stopped reading certain things, stopped reading my PS1 discs, kept on giving me disc read errors, or could not read disc messages whenever I tried to load up. And something I've discovered about that is that there is a proven method, well, at least proven on my end anyway, of fixing sorry, cleaning your Laserdisc lens on the Slim PS2. My model is, like I said, it's Slim. I believe it's the 70051. I forget what it is. Anyway, basically all I did was I took a cotton ball, I took some isopropyl alcohol, and I dabbed it on the lens and did a little bit of rubbing. Very gentle rubbing. I stress the gentle. If you're not gentle with it, you're probably going to break it further than it already is, and that'll suck, believe it or not. Now, chances are, if you're looking for a video like this, you're probably in the same boat, or you're just looking for something informational, and hey, I respect that. But let me see here. Give me a minute. I'm actually taking my PS2 and pulling it out here for every one of you to see what I'm talking about, because I feel like this needs some demonstration, even though mine already works. This is my Slimmy. Say hi to it. That's the back. Isn't that nice? It's awesome. It's also for sale. Wouldn't you know it? DVD I used to test this was The Fifth Element. Not bootleg. Not in the least. Not sure if you can see that. No, you can't see it. Forget it. Okay, so what I did. See this cotton ball, how slightly green it is? That's my rubbing alcohol that I used on it. Now, in there, a little higher. Yeah, around there. You probably see it. You probably don't. Let me see. Right there. Yeah. That little thing there, that's the lens right next to the tape. All I did was I took this and I dabbed it on there a little, and then I let it dry. Now, the method of letting it dry, it only works for certain things. Now, I noticed that a vast majority of my games and my discs stopped reading. I was able to play Ace Combat 4, Shattered Skies, and I was able to use my my code breaker. But that was about it. That was the extent of my readability, apparently, for some reason. And I tested my discs using a PS2 emulator and a PS1 emulator on my computer, and I had no problems running, except for the PS2 games, which ran really slow, but that's because my system is terrible. But this method worked for me, and I'm going to tell you right now that there is no proven method to getting your lens to work, because once it's shot, it's shot. The best way to figure out if you're going to need to buy a new lens and install it yourself, well, you probably want to do the tissue and paper method, like I said. That piece of tape over here is blocking a little slide button that keeps your disc from spinning. There's a sensor right in here in this general area that is on the inside that keeps your tray from spinning as well. So it's best to have that covered. And then there's this little button here. You don't really need to do a whole lot to cover that. Yeah, let me see if I can just get a little closer. My cam sucks. Can't really do much about it. But it's right there beneath the reset button, or on top of it, rather. And what it does is it makes sure the disk tray is closed. I keep mine with just 2 parts out of all of them, so that I can make sure that my disk tray keeps running. And it closes and opens without a hitch. But you can easily take, like, let me see here. I know I have right here. Yeah, this. I have a piece of masking tape with a little wad of paper on it that I just stick right in there for when I do want to use the tissue and paper method with my disk tray open. And I plan on doing that more once I get a swap disk. If anybody has a donation or a method of getting past this without using a mod chip, please let me know, because I want to mod my PS2 so that it uses the free McBoot. And no luck on that. I mean, I've tried it on the fat PS2 at my sister's house, and it was pretty nice. I got it to get to the installation, but since it's not my PS2, I aborted before anything could happen. And yeah, so that's how I fixed my PS2. Now it's running without a damn hitch, and I freaking love it. Of course, you know, when you want to get in there and you want to do the tissue and paper mod, there's other videos for this, of course. I might make one later, on a later date. There should be 6 screws. I'm not going to point them all out, but you can probably see them. There's things to lift on there, and then you'll be able to get to your screws. Just unscrew them, and then pull the top off. Be careful with it, but you don't have to be like insanely careful, because you're not going to break anything. But you might have the fear of coming up with a part like this coming out. I have no idea where the hell this goes, but it doesn't seem to be stopping me from playing at all. So yeah, just about. So now that I have my PS2 fixed, there's a bunch of things I can do and probably won't do. But if anybody has a viable fix that'll let me use my PS2 to install free McBoot, my game library is extremely limited. I have Kingdom Hearts 2, Ace Combat 4, Ace Combat 5. I have various shitty games. .hack, I have most of the original series, I suppose I should say. I know I have Need for Speed Underground 2 and a few other games. If anybody really knows anything, they can PM me and ask me if I have this game or that, or maybe give me a list of games that I can use and go out online, see if I can find a copy I can grab somewhere. Just, you know, be hush-hush about everything. And yeah, that's that. And thank you for stopping by. I might do a more in-depth method of recording for this, but it might involve me grabbing my mother's video camera, which is not really a problem for me. I'll probably end up doing that. Now, be mindful that my modding experience is like very limited, and the tissue and paper mod, I had to do it twice to get it right. Just but you know, now I consider myself very fluent with it, but there are certain things that you do want to do, and then there are certain things you don't want to do. Thank you. Enjoy your PS2 time.